just taking it. I need to get like
the four of us are here,
everything.
we talked about last night.
Oh yeah, the fucking
Itty bitty titty committee.
Okay, so this guy.
I did not get a wink of sleep last night.
Are you still like?
Okay.
Oh no, I haven't got any sleep.
Since it happened to you two, we'll
I haven't got like. I'm still awake from last night.
I can tell by your pupils.
Like I have not slept today.
Yeah.
This is some
I
bullshit.
slept for about an hour at 6:30.
Oh no, yeah, I did not.
And
sleep.
then I was.
I'll let you two start.
I went
I'll make this a
Jacob.
clip
I woke
too.
up at 11.
I'll let you two start on it. So start however you guys want to.
So yeah, the story starts with them.
Okay, so we walked out because we were trying to sneak out and we wanted to leave before because they were still putting on their shoes. So we get out, we're standing by the truck. I feel nauseous. Like I drive Heath. He told me to go get some sprinkler water, so I bent down, grabbed some sprinkler water.
I know all the sprinkler water around there is potable, so you can drink from it. There's two types.
Dude,
of
I
water.
drink from the shit from Kersey. That shit was not potable.
That is.
The Kersey?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Because you have two types of water. You have non-potable.
Dude, we have Adam Sandler, the water boy, right here. He knows everything.
Bubble shake, don't make me throw away, win the game.
Captain Shino, shows no mercy.
I stand up. I was wiping my mouth off. And we stand up, and at first I thought it was tire screeching because it was like by 20.
Like it was a death whistle. Like
no,
wasn't
not
it?
the first one. Not the first one. It sounded like a scraping noise. So
Oh,
that's why I thought it was
tire screeching.
Tire screeching.
It sounded like drifting at first because I was like, but then I heard the
like
echo
at the
of it.
yeah,
The
at like the
echo-
end of it.
It sounded more like.
So I'm like, was that tire screeching over by like Come and Go kind of area? And he's like, no, and then immediately he said, no, it sounded screeching from the same area, but this time it sounded like a actual yell, like a scream.
Like a
No,
It was 40 feet closer. As well.
Yeah, like it sounded like at the entrance off of 71st. That's that street right there.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, so that's
So
just
it
the
sounded
street
like
down.
it sounded like that entrance like on 71st.
All right.
And then the third time he heard it, it sounded like on the end of the street.
Because we were walking towards the truck.
Yeah,
and we were
because
like, what
the
fuck
second
was that?
time we heard it, we ran into the third time we heard it, it was we ran into the truck. The fourth time we heard it, it was
You
at
heard
the end
it
of the road.
fourth time?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2 by Come and
I
Go.
told you.
The 2 by Come and Go, the third by the entrance, the fourth by the end of the road, and then the fifth one by the truck.
Oh, there was 5. I thought there was
Yeah.
just 3.
No, it was 5 because we heard it twice by Come and Go, one at the
Yeah, we were
entrance,
like,
one at the end of the road, and then by the truck.
it was like one after the. It was like one pause,
One,
another one pause,
and then
and
pause.
then just pause, and we were like, oh, it was somebody drifting. So I'm walking back to the truck, and then the third one. And I was like, nah, something's fucked up. I looked him dead in the eye. I was like, something's fucked up. Something's not right about
and
that.
this dude don't spook. He does not spook.
Bro, he
at
does
all.
not spook.
He does
the
not fuck with
bodyguard.
Not
Yeah,
that
the
he,
fat fuck of the crew.
not only that, he doesn't fuck with
Okay.
anything like that. So
No,
like,
yeah,
so like whenever he's saying about something, you know it's legit. And I thought you were just
Yeah.
fucking with me, but until I know Hunter was serious.
Because I always joke about going hunting skinwalkers and wendigos. I would never actually.
Okay,
When
so
to
real
and
quick, so then this was the second part. So this was my part. Was we were driving him home because his parents were mad that he was late. So we were like, okay, we need to get him home. So as they were describing this in the car, I was always checking the back and checking my surroundings.
No, you forgot the part where they were, because
Oh,
when we walked
no, yeah,
outside.
we pulled up and like they're walking down like because they're
The grass.
Well, yeah, 'cause we-
giant grass
yeah,
yard.
'cause even
So
if
I
it
roll
was
down the
all
window and I
messaging
yell at
from
them to get the
inside.
fuck in the truck.
Yeah, and at first I thought it was just because your parents were angry, so it was like, okay, I'll just get in the truck. And he was like, why? And you're like, get the fuck in the truck!
And then he gets a panicked face and books it, and then he like does like a slight little
He starts.
And then
No,
the third
he
time I
called
said it,
that.
I'm like, get the fuck in the truck. And then you started to run, and he's like, what, is it the cops? I'm like, nah, I wish it was the cops.
Okay, so
Yeah,
then,
I wish it was the fucking cops. That would have been nice.
so,
Yeah.
so then the third part
Fuck
was
me, man.
we were driving him home because we had enough for that night.
At the
basically.
entrance of my cul-de-sac.
So here's the thing,
Or
is
like
that
at the end of my...
yeah,
Yeah,
so
we
as
were
we were driving
driving
him
in.
home, we took a left turn. As we saw this left turn, I looked back one more time. An arm and a leg disappeared behind the fences.
That's
So,
what Kirby saw.
and yeah, and then I said like, holy shit, I saw it disappear. We were all dead sober, by the way. as
No,
this is
no,
happening.
no drinking, no
drugs,
smoking,
no
no
drinking. Yeah, no LSD, nothing. We were all fucking sane. So I saw that, and then we dropped Zach off. Zach, and then Zach, you probably want to describe this part because this is your story.
So our white fences are
And-
like 7 foot tall where I live. So what I saw was this tall ass. Motherfucker. Was this like 7 foot being like just leaping over the fence, like not even touching it, kicking off of it, jumping from a standing point, just jumping straight up and over.
So describe the creature a little bit for the audience.
So for those who
Also-
have played Dead by Daylight, you know those volatiles, like the ones that come out at night, and you can only affect them with the UAV light, and which doesn't kill them, it just stuns them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blinds them.
The screeches also sound like the volatiles.
I caught the figure on video too when you were FaceTiming.
That's right.
Yeah.
We did
So
get it on
I
video.
did-
Okay, one sec, one sec.
So, I did.
'Cause
Okay.
you saw like, we saw like 8 times more
Yeah.
before that. I saw it jump over the fence and then disappear. So I'm staring at my window. I'm dead awake just looking at the bitches. And then I called his.
Phone, his Snapchat.
No, I called Desiree.
Yeah.
I called Desiree and talked to her for a little bit.
You should have called
And,
us.
and then you said she also said that she felt like a
she's-
bad feeling as
Yeah,
the moment
like when I
happened.
called her, she said she woke up and had like a bad feeling about what was. Just had a bad feeling.
We were in
And,
Come and Go, weren't we?
and she, yeah, we were at Come and Go, and we called, yeah, because we just dropped you off.
Yeah, so I called Desiree. We were sitting there. I had my phone perched up against my window, like looking out at the houses. We saw, I don't know how else to explain it. It looked like the Cheshire Cat's face, where it was just the eyes and mouth.
Yeah, like in Alice in Wonderland when
Yeah.
he first appears.
Yeah,
where
where
his
it's just the
eyes
eyes
pop
and
in and then his.
yeah.
his
It was
yeah.
like a creepy ass smile. But
That
like
shit
the
freaks me fuck out still.
where like the smile is, it was just the first 4 set of teeth on the top and bottom.
That's fucking weird.
And it was
That's
just
what-
staring at me. It disappeared. We saw it again, but this time it was like 10 feet above the house, just hovering in the air. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? And Desiree's seeing this, which was making it worse. She saw it on camera of the faces.
Okay. And you didn't take a screenshot of it?
I was too shaken up.
Because we just got the figure.
Like
Like, we didn't get like the
I'm
whole
still
detail,
fucking
but we
shaking.
got the figure on it, too.
And then
That's right. We did get the figure.
Because I remember, because because this was like 11 o'clock at night, or close to midnight at the time. We were walking down the street, and we were getting fucking nothing while they were getting this. And then I was like looking, and I had the camera on, and I made a video on it, by the way, so you
Honestly, I
guys
feel
check
like we
it
should
out.
have got to
Yeah.
Zach's house sooner.
Yeah, well, because I thought we were gonna get more shit, but we got fucking nothing.
We got
After all.
nothing.
yeah, the bitch followed me home.
No, yeah, it legit stayed on top of his house.
I know, but by the time we got there, it was already
But
gone.
before we saw these, before they saw the figure on camera, it jumped from the house in front of me to the house diagonal, and that's like a 20-foot jump.
So real quick, you swear
I
that
swear.
you saw this.
I swear this. Like, I don't fuck around with this type of shit.
Oh yeah, I know he doesn't.
Like, I joke about hunting skinwalkers, but we ain't gonna do that shit.
It's Colorado.
Yeah, it's Colorado. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
Fuck, our folklore is just a bunch of worms on our mountains that create landslides.
Really?
That's our folklore. That's why there's so many landslides in our mountains, is because there's giant worms that hang out by their
I see more
tail.
landslides in California than I do here.
I know, but
Well, we also don't live directly in the mountains.
yeah.
We are more towards the mainland, so we
That
don't
is
get a
true.
lot of news about it. They're like, oh, that's just an everyday occurrence
Yeah.
up there. They're like, oh, hey, so there's another one. Oh, hey, there's
What do you want to call it? The grease creature or whatever?
No, I call it either the gorilla creature.
Yeah, we're gonna call it the burner.
the bad to the bone.
Yeah, the bad
to
to
the
the
bone.
burner. But it jumped from house to house, and then it disappeared for a while. And I'm fucking dead on. Like, I am not sleeping. And then there's a really, really tall house. Like, this thing is almost 3 stories because it has like a finished attic, so it just adds more height.
Yeah, full attic.
Yeah,
so you
like a
can
full
stand
story.
up.
Yeah, and it runs the fuck across that. And I'm like, I don't like this anymore. So it reminded me more of the volatiles because those are the only zombies that can do parkour in that game.
What game?
Dying Light.
Oh, Dying Light. You said that by name.
Oh yeah, Dying Light. Sorry.
Yeah, no, sorry. I put that in his head.
Yeah,
Because I was talking about the
The Witch?
the nurse.
Volatiles and Dying Light.
After she
Those things are like
she's
the 8-foot figure, the white body, parkour screeching.
The ones that have
It checked the fucking list.
It looks like
checked
the
the
goddamn
list.
Predator.
And so I'm just like,
So,
motherfucker.
real quick, the description of this that Zach gave us was, it is
I'm gonna
pale
come
white,
back.
like paler than Jacob White. Tall, and when you mean tall, like what, Slenderman tall would you call it?
Not as tall.
And had hair on its head, I think, is what you described too.
No, I couldn't see like its actual body. It was just the outline in the face.
Trapping.